Welcome to GLOBALink. This is Xiongmao Ling in Washington. The International Monetary Fund on Tuesday released an update to its World Economic Outlook, projecting global economy to grow by 5.5% in 2021. The Chinese economy, meanwhile, is expected to grow by 8.1% this year. At a virtual press conference, I asked Geeta Gopinath, the IMF's chief economist, on the key factors for China's robust recovery amid the pandemic. Here's how she answered.
So China has been very successful in containing the pandemic, and that has played a very important role to bring back activity much more quickly. There's been effective policy support provided both in terms of fiscal policy and monetary policy. And China's exports have also gone up in this environment. So all of these factors are responsible for China doing as well as it has. And indeed, like we said, it is one of these economies that's returning back to the pre-pandemic projected level in the fourth quarter of 2020, well ahead of other major economies.
Echoing her remarks, Marha Nabar, division chief at IMF's research department, said China's policy support has been a big driver of its impressive rebound in 2020.
The public infrastructure spending support and also the support that was extended to affected households and to firms, reinforced by aggressive actions by the People's Bank of China to provide liquidity support and ensure that credit provision remains strong. Going forward, we see a gradual handoff to private sector activity, starting out with a pickup in private investment activity, and that's in fact already been seen in the second half of last year, and we expect that to continue, but also increasingly shifting towards more private consumption-based growth. But in terms of securing that recovery path, it's vitally important to ensure that rebalancing towards private consumption continues and perhaps even is accelerated to an extent with efforts to strengthen the social safety net, which will help bring down precautionary savings among households in China, encourage them to spend more and to rotate the composition of growth more towards private consumption. Reinforcing that with structural reform efforts to deregulate certain key sectors, to bring in more private investment in those sectors, for example, in services, would also help secure the medium-term growth path.
At the press conference, Gopinath said there remains tremendous uncertainty in global growth. Much now depends on the outcome of what she called a race between a mutating virus and vaccines to end the pandemic, and on the ability of policies to provide effective support until that happens. According to the IMF, because of the partial nature of the global rebound, over 150 economies are expected to have per capita incomes below their 2019 levels in 2021. Advanced economies are generally expected to recover faster, which means the progress made toward convergence over the last decade is at risk of reversing.